Yo guys, I legit just got finished watching Bird Box, so I'm trying not to see anything. Good movie. Thank you all for the recommendations. But seriously, Bird Box was awesome. Thank you for the awesome Rex. And number two, I wanted to wear this hat because, well, now it looks a little crazy, but because I am very, very proud to be your teacher, and I hope you know that we are KIPP 1, and we're going to be number 1 again. If you guys stay focused on these videos, making sure you are doing your best, really practicing with the strategy I'm giving you, I know we can have amazing results. And we will see if anyone can eclipse Michigan. Michigan is the defending IA number 1 champs, but I know Duke and Notre Dame are coming for you. So we'll see who the winners are. All right, let's check out video number 5. Today we're going to be comparing fractions. There's a lot of different strategies we can use to compare fractions. We can draw the two fractions, we can use division, we can find the same denominators. And today we're going to talk about two strategies. Drawing is cool, but sometimes it's not as precise as doing something with purely numbers. So I want to talk about two numeric strategies. Let's check this out. We are going to compare 5/8 to 7/12. We're going to do this with an inequality statement. Inequality just means that it's unequal. So it's not saying that these two things equal each other. So my inequality signs are either greater than or less than. So I want to figure out which one of these two I'm going to use to compare these two fractions. Now, there are two main strategies we've been talking about. I want you to use either one, whatever one works better for you. So I'm going to split my screen down the middle. We're going to use one strategy over here and one strategy over here. The first strategy we can use is by using division. When we do division with fractions, what we're doing is taking the numerator and dividing it by the denominator. Because I'm saying I have 5 out of 8 pieces. So that's 5, that's going to be in the dividend or inside, divided by 8. That's really important. So our numerator goes inside our dividend. Then we're going to do 7 divided by 12. Now, you guys can see right away that 8 is bigger than 5. That should make sense because we know this fraction is less than 1. So we actually want to put a decimal here and here. And now we're going to say how many 8s are in 50. Because we know that 8 is too big just for 5. So we actually have to split into the tens place, which is smaller than 1 whole. How many 8s are in 50? I'm going to say 6 because 8 times 6 is 48. I'm going to subtract 50, take away 48, start at 48, 49, 50. That's just going to be 2. I'm going to bring down another 0. This is just like saying 5 is equivalent to 5 and 0 hundredths. Now I get 20. How many 8s are in 20? That's going to be 2. 8 times 2 is 16. If I subtract, I can start at 16 and go up. 17, 18, 19, 20. That's going to be 4. Bring down another 0. I'm excited because 40 is a multiple of 8, so I can actually finish this with no remainder. That's going to be 5 right here. So 5/8 is the same as 0.625. And that makes sense because if I think about 4/8, that's a little bit, 5/8 is a little more than 4/8, and 4/8 is 0.5. But this is 0.625. Now let's come over here, 7/12. How many 12s are in 7? Well, 12 is bigger than 7, so I'm going to have to split it up to go to the decimal. 12 into 7, that's going to be, let's see, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. 72 is just slightly too much, so I'm going to use 5. And 12 times 5 is 60. If I subtract, I'm going to get 1, 0, and then bring down another 0. Remember, I need to bring down every single time. How many 12s are in 100? Well, I know that 12 times 8 is 96, so I'm going to have 0.58. I actually can stop there because I can already see which decimal is larger. The one on the left is 0.625, and this one's 0.58. So one is 625 thousandths, and one is 58 hundredths. Remember, when we're comparing decimals, we want to just look in the biggest place value, which would be the tenths place. So this is going to be 6 tenths, and that's only 5 tenths. So this one is larger. So I already know that this one's bigger, so I'm going to put 2 dots by him, 1 dot by him, and connect those dots. That means that 625 thousandths is greater than 58 hundredths. That's one way. That's with using division when I do my numerator divided by the denominator. Now I want to do it with the same denominators. So let's look at 8 and 12. Some Kipsters have been doing this. 12 times 8, and then 8 times 12. That is a surefire way. That way will always work. But timesing by 8 and timesing by 12 are going to give me pretty big numbers. I actually can use what we did from IA1 in doing greatest common factor and find a smaller common denominator to use. So if I think about counting by 8s, 8, 16, 24. If I think about counting by 12s, 12, 24. A second ago I said the wrong thing. I should have said least common multiple. My bad. So when I count by 8s and I count by 12s, my lowest common multiple is going to be 24. So I can use 24 to compare these two fractions. So 5/8, I want to make that out of 24. 7/12, I want to make that out of 24. So let's check it out. If I want to change both of these to 24, I can do that because 24 is the LCM, or the lowest common multiple. I can do 12 times 2, and over here I can do 8 times 3. And you can see that right here because 24 is the third multiple of 8, and 24 is the second multiple of 12. Whatever I do to the denominator, I need to do the numerator. So I'm going to times this by 2, which would be 14, and times this by 3, which would make this 15. So 5/8 is equivalent to 15/24. 7/12 is equivalent to 14/24. This one's 1/24 larger, so 2 dots for him, 1 dot for him, and then make that greater than. So you can see we got the same answer on both problems, and the reason we got the same answer is because we did our work carefully. So I know that 5/8 is greater than 7/12. Remember guys, you are number one, and remember, if you hear any sounds, cover your eyes. Don't ever take off your blindfold. Okay, I can't see how to stop this thing.